Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is KageKaze and I'm in Neverwinter online. The closed beta is getting very close to ending. I have less than 10 minutes and I wanted to at least start one more class to kind of give a look at a few more different playstyles that this game has. I am currently the Guardian character. Let's go ahead and grab my bless plate. I've got a shield and a sword. So this is the Guardian Fighter. So as you can see with the Guardian Fighter, you've got a one-handed sword and shield. Now the difference between the fighters, you may notice I've got this bar on the left. That is my block bar. Rather than dodging, I can't dodge with this character. Every other character has a stamina gauge, and as you can see at the bottom, there is no stamina gauge. This character has basically a block gauge, and if he blocks too much, he will eventually lose his guard. So let's just real quick take a look at what I've got. I've got Cleave. You swing your foes in front of you. The third hit does additional damage. Okay, so it looks like I can hit multiple opponents around me. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this and see how this works out. Obviously there's a lot of chatter going to happen because I am very quickly moving, wanting to get as far as I can. So as we can see here, being a tank, I'm doing a little less damage. My rogue could take these things out in about 2 hits. It takes the tank about 3, 15, 13, and then a 16 at the end there. So let's go ahead and take a real quick look at the guard system. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So you can see blocked. Looks like I take no damage from that. And these guys are hardly even affecting my block bar, so that's good. We will have to try that out against the boss of the area and see how it holds up. So I'm going to be moving very, very quickly. So this will be, again, a short video just because I know I'll be kicked out momentarily. Looking at about 5 more minutes at this point. Speak of the devil, right?
Thank you for aiding. I'm afraid I have a gruesome task for me.
Alright, time to gather areas. Arrows. So, what is my secondary ability? Tide of Iron. Smash your shield into a single foe. Reduces their damage resistance. Recovers 10% of the guard meter. So, great. I have a way of getting guard meter back.
Use Tide of Iron to weaken and damage an enemy.
That's fantastic. I like that. So if I were to start this and say let him hit, there we go, take a block. Let's get it so I can actually see it. I can't click, I can't attack. Can't even right click. So I'm going to go ahead and see there, very nice. Cool, so you've got a shield bash, it's going to reduce his defenses, so there we go. We can see I do 14, 15. If I don't do the bash, well, it looks to be the same. So it's kind of minor. What did it say? Just reduces damage resistance. So everything's level 1. So you probably won't notice it at this point. But as we go forward, I'm sure it will be much greater. So let's just very quickly grab some more arrows. Arrows, arrows, arrows. Come up here. Turn in. Oh, sorry, it's a channel turn in. There we go.
We must thank more undead are attacking Neverwinter.
Okay, I have my first encounter ability. What have I got? Lunging strike.
If the bridge falls,
Shush. Charge at your foe and finish with a hearty stab. Okay, great. What was that cooldown? About 8 seconds?
Charge at your enemy with a lunging strike.
Cool, so I have a way of closing the gap to an enemy. I like that. Oh, good distance on it too. I like that. I think I can enjoy playing a tanking class like this. because tanking is actually going to be about active dodging. Well, not active dodging, but active blocking. Oh, I still need to kill more of these guys, huh? Okay. What was that? There we go. So you see I just blocked both of them. And Cleave is just allowing me to hit both of them. So this is why tanks, I think, get so many killing blows in the encounters I've been doing. It's just because they can cleave and hit a whole bunch of enemies at once. That's really cool. See, I enjoyed being a tank in World of Warcraft, and that was something I enjoyed. I mainly enjoyed it because I like being able to move the enemy around and be in charge of where the enemy needs to be, and doing my best to making sure that my party isn't getting hit. So we see here I can't dodge out of the way, but I can take the block. And you see that my bar is getting decreased because of it. Just going to go ahead and block that as well. Let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, I get a healthy chunk of my bar back by doing the shield slam. Now it appears I do have to make sure that what I'm blocking is ahead of me, and I do have the ability to move while I'm blocking. Because I am a tank, I do have dungeoneering, so I can see traps when they show up in a map. Very nice, there we go. I'm gonna like it. I love the fact that not only am I a tank, but I have a movement ability that allows me to close gaps and get in quickly. That is very cool. I like being able to make the jump into the encounter. In fact, I liked when I was a tank in World of Warcraft, I was a warrior. Because what I liked about the warrior is I had like 3 different charges. I could actually charge an enemy, charge an ally, and then charge another enemy with the use of a simple macro that allowed me to combine all 3 charges into one button press. It was quite nice. And so this tank feels familiar to me, honestly. Feels good to me. This feels good to me. And I think I could very easily pick up the mantle of tank in this game. I would at some point have to try the healer to see if I could do that, because honestly I was never very good at healing. For whatever reason, just never good at it. Oh, not enough time to get to the end and get to the boss and get my first daily. Damn. Okay. Well, that's a shame, but we got at least a decent glimpse to what the tank class was like there. As you can see, you don't dodge, you block, and you can get your block bar back by using special abilities. And he's a fairly agile tank, charging into battle. That's really cool. I know one of the ultimates or dailies is the ability to get health back based on the damage you do. So you could build one of these Guardian characters probably to do more damage than anything, and maybe be a blood tank, as it were, get some health back that way. I imagine they're going to have a way that you can build a Guardian character and not actually be a tank, and just use your shield as a weapon. That would be kind of cool, actually, to have someone like that. Of course, it would be confusing to people that want a tank. They're like, oh, you're just supposed to be a tank. We don't want you in our party if you're not a tank. But, you know, who knows? We'll have to see. Didn't get a chance to look at the characteristics of that class. So, hey, that was the Neverwinter beta weekend here. March 25th as of right now. It's done. That kind of makes me sad. I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I do apologize that I didn't get as much content recorded and more characters looked at like I wanted to. Unfortunately, I do work through the weekends at my primary job, so it really hindered me being able to get into a lot of this. But hopefully you enjoyed the content. Hopefully Neverwinter is shaping up to be a game you might enjoy. It looks really great to me. I think I will definitely try it. It's, as I said before, has the elements of Guild Wars, but it takes those elements and it refines them into something I think that could be much greater. It doesn't have the graphical fidelity or the art style that I really like in Guild Wars 2. I mean, that is something I really love about Guild Wars 2, is the game looks phenomenal. This game has some issues with the graphics system, but the artwork itself is actually very good. So I do appreciate the art in this game for what it is, but the graphical engine does feel a little dated to me. But the combat is really where it shines, and so far the combat has been fun. My rogue, once I finally got stealth, it was amazing what I could chain together and the abilities I could use. My control wizard felt phenomenal once I got to level 10 and I could actually use more abilities and they had stronger capabilities. That felt really good to me. All right, and even the tank, even though I didn't get him too far, that was real nice to have this active blocking system. You know, I don't have to sit there and try and grab all this shield block gear because I'm not going to automatically block. I have to block myself. So there's not going to be this gear confusion on, hey, do I get shield block? Do I get dodge? Do I get mitigate? You know, what do I get? I am in charge of my own destiny when it comes to avoiding attacks, and I like that. Now, what this means for high-end rating, I really don't know, to tell you the truth. I imagine what they're going to do is have a mix of abilities that can be blocked and those that can't, and the ones that can't probably will have large wind-ups or something like that. So I don't know what they're going to do for the end game. The dungeons have proven to be really cool. A lot of them are fairly short. They never seem to outstay their welcome. Everything there feels really good. I like the fact that most of them are just singular instances for you to continue your story. I haven't really done anything that's like a WoW instance where you absolutely need to have a 5-man party other than the skirmish. And that could be exactly what they're going for. Skirmishes could be the answer to party instancing for this game. And certainly you could party with people if you want to, but you're not required to at this point other than for the skirmish, and you can queue up at any point by yourself. So that's looking good. Rating, I would like to see what they want to do with that. There may not even be raids as we know it, like multi-man, like 10, 15 people. Because honestly, with the way this game plays and how active it is, it may be better suited for just small parties. It may be that the game only uses small parties for the high-end content, because you have to be in charge of where you're moving and all that. Now, Guild Wars has some kind of raiding and large world bosses and things like that. But Guild Wars combat is so floaty at times, and there's been so many issues where I've just seen it where you die so easily because you didn't see an attack coming, and things like that. That I don't really worry about having those massive multi-man melees. They're cool at times, but they can be a hindrance as well, especially if you don't have the people to take down the target you're trying to fight. We'll have to see. I'm very interested in how this game is shaping up, and again, I'm fairly certain I'm going to at least give it a shot. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'm KageKaze. You've just been through the Neverwinter beta weekend, the last beta weekend that I'm aware of, and I will see you next time.